Okay, now we're going to take Photoshop somewhere and really take advantage of some of the tools that we've learned so far to create a very strange kind of collage, sort of a photo manipulation, a face photo manipulation is what this really is. So you can see from a couple of the examples that I'm showing you here, there are a few different faces, all applied to the same face, or parts of faces applied to the same face. So you get some really, really strange kind of looks for things. But it's actually not that difficult of a project. You're going to take a few photos of your face or of a friend's face. So you can see here, Mr. Simonelli, these are the pictures that I took. One was straight on, next was to the left, half, quarter way, other side. Some funny faces, you know, mouth open, looking scared, tongue out, mouth like that, all that kind of stuff is what you're going to use. I did the same thing for Cleesby here so you can get an idea of the different photos. Again, side of face, mouth open, quarter turn, halfway, eyes closed, eyes open. A little bit more difficult if you have glasses, but it's still perfect. I mean, it still can be done. And again, so here's all the turnaround shots. So once you have all these, you're going to open up Photoshop. You're going to go to File and New. You're going to create a letter size page, 8.5 by 11 and 300. We're going to say OK to that. So you get this white document that pops up. You can kind of pull that off to the side for a moment. Then you're going to open up the images that you have. Now, I've already gone in here and made a selection. Your selections for this project have to be as good as possible. On the first one, you need the head and the body. For the rest of them, you'll just need the head. So for this first one that's straight on, I'm going to do the body and the head. So I selected the outside. I'm going to go to select inverse. Then I'm going to take the move tool, click, drag, and move down to here. Now, for the purpose of this video, this is not the most perfect selection that I've ever done, but it's fine for now. And if I do want to go in and make any changes, I can with one of my selection tools, with an eraser tool, with whatever I feel is necessary to make it work. Okay, so that one's in there. Then I go into the next one, and again, I made some selections already, this time of the outside of the head. I'm going to do select inverse again, take the move tool, and then move this one in. Now, once you've had these different pieces that you bring all onto the same page, you obviously have all these different heads that you can work with. Now, you can take those images that you bring in and you can copy them so that you have multiples of the same thing. So I just copied it, but I'm going to hide one of them and just use this top one for a moment. And a lot of this project is really just free transform to resize images, to rotate images, and to decide where on the face you want this to come from. So for example here, I could put this right about here. All right, now it looks like it's just on top of his face, which right now it is. But we're going to also use masks in this project, layer masks. So on layer 2, copy here, you're going to put a layer mask down on it. There's that white box with the link. Nothing's changed yet until you use your brush with the black color, and up at the top use a brush that's soft. So you're going to use like 100 size and diameter, 100 pixel brush at 0% hardness. You can see the size of the brush. I might even go a little bit bigger on this one. And I'm going to brush along gently the edge. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to take that brush and I'm going to brush along gently. And you notice it starts to, as I click and drag, it's going to get rid of those pixels. It's actually just hiding them. Remember, I'm adding black to the mask over here. Now I'm going to get rid of all of his hair, so it's just like his skin on his skin. Maybe even get rid of the ear. Right? I could even get rid of the hair from his face as much as I can. Just kind of like that. So now it looks like from far away, he's got one head coming out of another. Now I can still do Command T, I can still rotate, I can still pull. I can still see that there's some areas here I can get rid of, just like that. So you're going to put face on face, different large faces. I could take this one, for example. I could put this behind his head, so there's a large one behind him. I could blend one into another. I could take this one, maybe put it on top. So you got to experiment as you go. Maybe I make this one a little bit smaller, maybe just like that. Again, I put a mask on that one, and then I start to brush away at it. You know, and even if I brush off too much, I can always go back with white as my color and bring back a little white. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm talking about, where you're kind of blending the two faces together in a way. So like sort of a finished one that I did for both. So here's the one with Mr. Simonelli. You can see what I've done. So I took different parts and put them in different places. So the idea is really up to you. If you find one, for example, here in the folder, if I go to Simonelli's folder, he has the one where he has his mouth open, right? So if we open that with Photoshop, okay, and we select out a portion of this, even if I did just the eyeball like this with the circle selection, pull it apart, take the move tool, move this over to here. Now I just have a separate eyeball that I can use. So this one, I could do Command T, I could rotate it, I could move it. You could do things like enlarge, turn, put like this. Again, put a mask on that layer, use the brush, use black, start to do this kind of thing. You know, you can make all kinds of really bizarre things happen. And then you're obviously going to save that file. So you need a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pictures. Not 7, let's say 7 in total, that are going to go on this one face. So you saw the example here of the Mr. Simonelli one with all those different pieces. And then the other one was Mr. Cleesby, same sort of a thing. At the very end, we're going to cut out the original from the background and put some other kind of color behind it because these colors are, the backgrounds are boring at this point. All right? And that's that for the scary or crazy face photo manipulation.